Meat bicycle!
Hello everybody, welcome back to another top 5 video here on Borderlands the pre-sequel. This is the series where I take a certain category and then bring you guys a relevant top 5 list of things to do with that category. Today we're going to be carrying on our list and we're going to be going for the top 5 best legendary weapons in the game. And that is going to be non-DLC legendary weapons. I'm going to do a separate one for the DLC legendaries. So yeah, we're going to go through my list of my favourite top 5 non-DLC legendary weapons in the game. Tried to do a bit of variancy on this and not just have it all pistols or, you know, all a certain type of different weapons. And now and again certain different characters. But I am a niche heavy player, so there are quite a few that suit her more than anyone else. But yeah, this list is my top 5 favourite, and see if you guys agree with me. So, starting out at number 5 is not the easiest weapon in the game to use by a long shot. It is the Flakka. The reason I like this so much is if you have an explosive setup or, you know, a torque claptrap or anything like that, this gun is really good. Especially with that character in general, but you can use it with all other characters, and if you can hit it right, it takes a lot of practice, but this weapon is absolutely destructive as hell and really does do a hell of an amount of damage. But it's all to do with getting that weapon use right and knowing how to use it properly, standing the safe amount of distance away, etc. But I've used it against people like the Sentinel and things like that before, and it just absolutely wrecks. So at number 5, there is the legendary shotgun, the Flakka. At number 4 is one of my favourite weapons from Borderlands 2, but it come back in Borderlands the pre-sequel, and that is the Blowfly, originally the Hornet. And this thing is for a corrosive pistol, especially in Borderlands the pre-sequel, which doesn't have a lot of things that really are good damage with corrosive pistols. A lot of things like to resist them. This thing is really powerful. Such a rapid fire rate on it and a good amount of base damage. And yeah, it really stands up to those enemies even that resist it. So yeah, like I said, it was one of my favourite weapons in Borderlands 2, but obviously against loaders and things like that, this thing wrecked. Not so powerful in the pre-sequel, but it still definitely holds its own, and that's why I like it. So that is the legendary Dahl Blowfly pistol. Our number 3 is the legendary Schoolmaster sniper rifle, and this thing is particularly good if you get a really well set up sniper build for Aurelia the Baroness, especially one with that added element perk where you get all the different elements in a kind of Russian roulette circle, just to help the fact that this thing doesn't come with any elements on it at all. But for a high damage sniper rifle with high crit bonuses, this thing can one-shot enemies with the right setup, especially like I said on Aurelia. It doesn't have to be Aurelia, but it certainly benefits her really well, and as you can see here, the poor Darksiders are getting absolutely mashed. So at number 3 is the legendary Skullmasher sniper rifle. Number 1 and 2 were really hard to pick against. I used this thing so much at the beginning of the game, it was unreal. Right until the look cannon actually came out in the Claptastic Voyage DLC, this was my weapon of choice pretty much. And it was absolutely amazing. They are the Maggies, and with a dual wielding Nisha setup, these things absolutely wreck anything they go near. So really fast fire rate. They go as fast as you can pull the trigger, like a true Jacob's weapon, and absolutely destroy anything in the path. So like I said, really hard to decide between 1 and 2, but yeah, I use these things so much, and if the look cannons weren't better, I'd still be using them now. But yeah, at number 2 is the legendary Maggies. Number 1 was not just hard to pick between with the Maggies, I also only wanted to feature maybe one SMG in this list, and it really was hard to pick between the Vitaly and the Torrent, but I use the Vitaly more than anything. In fact, most characters I have do have some sort of cryo buffs on them as well, so every single character I have has a Vitaly. It's not the fastest firing weapon in the game, all the biggest damage really, but combined all in all, this thing is absolutely amazing and really use it a lot on all my characters. Like I said, it really does get really powerful. It freezes enemies pretty much every time you shoot them as well, keeps them really still. It only comes in the cryo element, but it does actually work really well. So as you can see, rips through enemies, and yeah, that is my number one, the legendary Vitaly SMG. So there you go guys, that is my top 5 list of the best legendary weapons in Borderlands the pre-sequel, non-DLC. Like I said at the beginning, I will be doing a DLC variant of this as well, and really looking forward to that because some DLC weapons were brilliant. Unfortunately, I couldn't feature everything in this list. There are some more good weapons out there, so don't take it that these are the only ones you need to get. There are some really good legendary weapons in this game, but they are my 5 favourites that I find I use the most, and I'm pretty sure that a lot of people will agree with quite a lot of these things in the list. But yeah, they are my personal favourites. But of course, if you want to put your top 5 down in the comments below, it'd be interesting to see what everyone else thinks and feels about them, and yeah, feel free to do that. So there you go, that is another top 5 video here on Borderlands the pre-sequel. That was best legendary weapons, non-DLC. Really hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.